Let's get some practice in the Caro-Kann defense as white. So I set up this position. I'm going to play it out against Stockfish level 5, which has a rating of 2000. And I want to play the fantasy variation, which is this move F3. So I'm protecting my center. Black decides not to take and allow me to capture back with my F-pawn and gain a good center. Instead, he just develops his knight. Okay, in that case, I'm going to develop knight to c3. He plays e6, so he's playing this in a closed fashion. My idea here is to get the bishop out, put the queen on d2, castle long. I can play bishop f4 here as well. Bishop f4 seems more active. Let's do that. Okay, g5, interesting move. Let's put the bishop back on g3. Just going to play a quick game. Not going to analyze too deeply. Okay, he's threatening to trap my bishop. So I can play h3 here, or h4. Maybe h4 I like. Now I can take with the bishop, attack the queen. He's playing in a very strange way. Okay, now that my bishop has left c1, he is attacking b2. I can give up the pawn. I can play queen d2. And then if queen takes b2, then I have rook b1, queen a3, rook b3, queen a5. Let's do that. Let's give up a pawn. I don't want to play b3 and weaken the dark squares. He has bishop b4. I can play rook b1, I suppose. I can play knight a4, followed by c3 with the queen protecting the knight, but then the knight has no retreat squares. Maybe rook b1. Simple, sensible. Then I can't castle on that side of the board. Queen d2 and queen takes b2 doesn't allow me to castle either, though. So he's played this in a very interesting way. Maybe not so bad. Okay, rook b1 or queen d2. Okay, let's play solidly, protect the pawn. Okay. That knight's headed for g6. I can drop the bishop back to f2 if I need to. So I should develop my king side. Play bishop d3 and knight to e2. It's the development scheme. Now I can't play bishop d3 now, though. My d4 pawn hangs. Maybe I have to play knight to h3. Or I can play bishop back to f2, then bishop d3, and then knight e2. Yeah, his knight is coming to g6 anyway. Let's put the bishop back. Defend d4. Well, it's good I have a defender. He has another attacker on it. I can lock up the center. I can play e5. And then bishop d3. Can play knight h3, but then f6. No, f6 isn't very good. There's always knight f4. Let's play knight h3. Okay, he defends the f4 square. Okay, he allows me bishop d3. Can lock up the center now, but then I'm giving away the f5 square. If I play e5, he has knight f5. Then I have g4, h takes g4, f takes g4. Maybe I'm not going to be castling. Okay, let's just develop first. We'll worry about pushing to e5 later. The bishop on d3, that protects the f5 square. Okay, he pushes his pawn. Interesting. I can attack the pawn. Moving the knight releases the rook. Might not want to be castling over there anyway. Knight g5 attacks the pawn. And then there's bishop to f6, protecting it and attacking the knight. Okay. What can I do here? How do I want to finish the development here? I can play queen d2 and support the f4 square. Then I can play knight f4 or queen f4. Strange move. Maybe he's not castling either. That's just a bizarre computer move. He didn't really need the rook to help prepare pushing the pawn to b5. He has a pawn on c6 already. Okay, maybe queen f4. Seems like a pretty equal position. I like my position better actually because his bishop on c8 is terrible. I've got a little more space in the center. Maybe I shouldn't trade queens. What else is there to do? Still don't want to push e5 and give up the f5 square. e5, knight f5, bishop takes f5, e takes f5. Maybe that's good. Fracture his pawn structure. Yeah, now that I have the bishop on d3. e5, f6, f4. Just gaining space. Is that how I play? Let's see. I'll play a little faster. I suppose I could castle short here. Especially with that center locked now. Then I can push my f-pawn. I can play queen to g5 here, attack the bishop and the h-pawn. Then bishop h6. And then can I play queen takes h4 there? No, there's bishop to d2 check. Revealed attack on the queen. Can move the king first and then play queen to g5. Yeah, let's castle. Complete my development. Okay, pawn break. It's a good move. Maybe I play f4 here to support e5. e5 is going to need some support. Yeah, let's play f4. Okay, he's getting aggressive on the queen side. Might move the knight to e2 here. No, my bishop is trapped on d3. Got to watch out for the move c4. I'm going to retreat the knight back to d1. Leave e2 open for my bishop to retreat if necessary. Yeah, I want to push my c-pawn, but c3, b takes c3, and my pawn on b2 is pinned. I can take back with the knight or the queen. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. Push c3. I did give myself a 10-minute time limit with a 10-second increment. I'm down to 2.5 minutes, so let's play a little quicker. Okay. Yeah, I've got a pawn here guarding d4. Maybe I should move my knight and connect my rooks so my b-pawn won't be pinned. Okay. Maybe my rook belongs in the c file. No, he's attacking d4 twice. I think I should move this knight. So my bishop is now defending d4. Okay, he takes. I take back with the pawn and everything seems solid. Rooks are connected. Okay, he expands. I want to keep my bishop on this diagonal, allow for the push to f5. Okay, trades rooks. I'll put my rook on the open file. Oh, he's locking everything up. Do I want to take en passant? I hate close positions. I want to play en passant, but I don't know if it's right. I do have the bishop pair. I need an open position. Let's play en passant. Okay, here I can trade knights, or I can play knight e5. He can get his knight to e4. I can take it with my bishop. He can get his knight to g4. I think I want to trade knights. Looks safer. I can play bishop to g6 check. I don't know if that accomplishes anything. Okay, let's play safe. Trade knights. Maybe put a rook on e1 where the king is. Yeah, maybe I'm not doing anything on the b file. Can play bishop a4, pin the knight. Let's just do this. About 1.5 minutes left. Okay, gets the king to safety. Should get this knight back into the game. Let's put the knight here. Attack e6. Okay, he takes. Take, getting a slightly opened up position now for my bishop pair. Okay, pushes the pawn. Should I worry about that? I could take the pawn. Why did he do that? My pawn on a2 will be defended with my queen. Why did he give up that pawn? Opened up the a5 square. Okay. I can try to infiltrate. Here, I got an idea. I take the knight, and if the bishop takes back, I get the e6 pawn, and if the queen takes back, I can play queen to f4. Let's try that. Down to a minute 8. Okay, queen f4. Threatening queen f6 check, forking. Maybe queen b8. Now I can take the h-pawn. Can also just play queen f6 and try to push the g-pawn. Yeah, that h-pawn isn't going anywhere. Okay, check, gain a tempo, push my g-pawn. Let's push it. A minute left. Okay, maybe queen f7 here, pinning the bishop, threatening g7. If I play queen f7, that keeps his... Yeah, what's he going to do with queen f7? Let's find out. Okay, moves his queen. Where's his queen going? To the back rank. Could have moved it to the back rank to a8 immediately. Okay, let's push. Threaten promotion. This is queen going to the back rank. Okay, maybe rook takes e6 here. The bishop is pinned, and if the rook takes, I can queen. Yeah, rook takes e6. Okay, let's queen. Okay, should be easy from here. 55 seconds. Got that 10-second increment. Okay, he's threatening the a-pawn. I can take on d5. Yeah, if I take on d5, he cannot take the a-pawn because the queen takes c4 check, forking the king and rook. And now I can play queen takes c4 anyway. It's over. Huge material lead. Threatening the rook, threatening d5. Yeah, he can't do anything. I don't even have to take the rook. I can play d5. Okay, fun game. Not much of a Caro-Kann practice. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. You have to practice against humans too. When you play against engines, they don't always play the opening like a human being would. So let's just push. Okay, keep pushing. Okay, let's just take that. Okay, let's push. All right, he's going nowhere. He's going to play bishop c8 here, I think. Or bishop d5. He has to protect that square. There's a mate coming. Okay, mate in 3, 1. Okay, mate in 2. If he had played king to a8, then I could push to a7 and then mate on b8. I think that was my plan. Okay. All right. Good game. That's the fantasy variation with F3 here. Take a look at GothamChess's video. Thanks for watching.